Now we want to enter the second edition of the program, which is 20 to 40. Now don't forget number 5 of that question, that is the first edition of the number of this 1 to 40 question series, is 5.72 kilogram. I think the answer is not in the option. It's 5.72 kilogram, not 572. So when you watch the video, to please make the correction. Thank you. Now don't forget we are human before, so we can make mistake, and that's why we are there to correct ourselves when we make mistake. Now if current flows through the what? An induction coil. This is an induction coil. If current flow through an induction coil with what? Inductance of what? 2 millihenry. What is the energy stored? The energy stored in an induction is what? 1 over 2 Li square. This formula is very popular. If you forget the formula, you have missed it. So half times what is inductance? 20 times what? Milli means what? 10 to the power minus 3 is inductance times what? The I square, which is 2 times 2. That's what I want to do. So this one will cancel this. I have 10. 10 times what? 4 is what? 40 millijoules. That will be the answer. Option A. Lubricants are substances which dash are used to put off fire. No, now are used to light fire. It's so funny. They are what? Increase friction. I don't think they can. What they do is what? They reduce friction. I think my manager cannot even face that question because he's very familiar with the science. Guru will understand. A lubricant are substance which are high viscous liquid, and they are used for reducing friction. For example, if your machine has a little problem, maybe it is wearing off, and you want to what? Maybe you cannot remove the nut from the bolt from the nut, or vice versa. What we do now is that we oil it and we use grease. Grease is a high viscous liquid, so we reduce by what friction. Now, if the stopping potential of a certain metal is 2 volts, what is the maximum kinetic energy? Given that the electronic charge is what is. Now, don't forget that as mv squared equal to ev, so the maximum kinetic energy is equal to what? Ev, which is equal to what? Hf minus hf naught. I know many of you know this formula. Hf, which is Einstein's what? Equation of photoelectric effect. So now we are not using this one, this work function, this threshold frequency, this frequency of the light that will hit the metal, this Planck constant, which is what? 6.6 times 3 times 10 to the power minus 34 joules per second. Then we have a joule second rather. Then we have what E is electronic charge, V is stopping potential. So what we're going to do now is to use what? This stopping potential multiplied by this electronic charge. If you do that, I want to have what? That is what? You have 2, carry 1, 3.2 times 10 to the power minus 19 joules. That's what I want to have as our answer. 3.2 times. So option B. Now, if in a series of RLC circuit, what they say what? R is 100, SL is what? Inductance, of course, the inductor is what? Reactive, inductive reactance is 300. Then what? XC is what? Capacitive reactance is 200. What is the angle of the water circuit? The angle of the circuit can be calculated by tan phi equal to XL minus XC over R. That is what I want to use. Now, let me show you this now. Recall that there is a vector diagram that back up that formula I just gave you now. Now, this is a vector diagram. This SL minus SC. This XL, this XC. Anytime XL and XC occur, are equal, they are what? At resonance. Anytime XL is greater than XC, it means that what? The voltage released current by what? By pi over 2 is dominate. The circuit is dominated by what? By voltage. Anytime XC is greater than XL or SL is less than SC, we say what? Current dominated the circuit. Current lead voltage by pi over 2. But anytime the two of them are equal, SL equal to SC, it means that what? They are at resonance, which is what? Differ in phase also, because and also the current is maximum. So without wasting much time, tan phi is equal to XL minus XC over what? R. This is R resultant. So that's what we have to use. XL is what? What is our XL? Is 300 minus 200. XC is 200. Then R is what? Is 100. R is what? 100. So what we want to have now is what? 300 minus what? Minus 200 is what? 100. 100 over 100 is 1. So tan inverse of 1 will give us our 5, which will now give us what? 45 degree. Tan inverse of 1 is 45 degree. So this was option A, 45 degree. Let's go to number 24. Now, they say number 24 says what? Under sound. Say the diagram above shows an open pipe of length 1.2 at resonance. Calculate the frequency of sound in the pipe. Now, what I want to do now is that from here to this place, watch me close, from here to this place is quarter. Let's say 1. From here to this place is what? Half. There is 2. And from here to this place is another quarter. That is 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3. It mean that quarter plus 1 plus quarter will give us what? Will give us what? 1.5. And 1.5 in mathematics means 3 over 2 lambda. So our length is equal to 3 over 2 lambda. Now, similarly, if you make lambda the subject of formula, we would have 2L over what? 3. 2L over 2. If you make lambda the subject of formula by cross multiplying. Now, what do we have? And since we have gotten our value for lambda, then we can now what? Let's say 2 times, what is our length? 1.2 divided by 3, which is same as 2 times 12 divided by 30. And that will give us what? This one is 4. 8 over 10, which is 0.8 meter. That is our, what do you call it, length and wavelength. But recall, basically, the fundamental formula for what? Velocity is frequency times lambda. Wave, the phase velocity of wave is what? Frequency times lambda. So how do we get our frequency? Frequency is equal to what? It's equal to velocity over lambda. So put it there. We are going to have velocity, the real speed of sound in the air as what? 340. Divided by what? 0.8. So if you do your calculation very well, by what? Divided 340. Divided by what? 8. You are going to have it or divided by what? 0.8 will give us what? 425. So our answer 425 pence as a frequency. So 425. So option was C. Now rainbow, rainbow formation from sunlight is as a result of dash A. And the rainbow is forming of what? Different color in the world as a result of what? Dispersion of light. Dispersion of light. So rainbow is formed as a result of what? Dispersion of light. Don't forget, rainbow formation is as a result of what? Dispersion. What? Dispersion, separating the what? The white light into what? Constituent colors. So the dispersion of what? Is dispersion along with refraction and internal reflection will create what we call colorful what? Arc, which we see in the sky. And that colorful what? This is what we call rainbow. Now don't forget that what? Refraction does play a role in formation of what? Rainbow, and even through internal reflection. But note, within the rainbow, it is not the primary what? Cause of rainbow. So that's why we cannot choose what you call it, refraction. So now let's go to the next one, 26. The magnetic force experienced by electron moving in a magnetic field of what? Flux density 100 what? Tesla. So B is what? 100 Tesla. Our what? Velocity is what? 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. They give us in the direction of perpendicular. Theta is equal to 90 degrees. Is velocity. Then I say what? We should calculate magnetic force. So F equal to what? QVP. Because BEF. So this one have what? 100 times what? Electronic charge is 1.6 because E is now what? Replaced by our Q. So in that case now, I'm going to have what? Now 10 by minus 19 times what? V is what? 10 by 8. So what I would have now is what this one give us 10 by 10. 10 by 10. So this one now give us what? Well, 2 plus 8 is 10, so we have 1.6 times 10. Then 10 by minus 19 times 10 by 10. So that will give us 1.6 times 10 by minus 9 what? Newton. I think that answer should be one of this one because I wrote the same option. Now the next one, number 27. When particles vibrate about their mean position, they transfer what? Energy. Number 28. An unknown metal rod is 1 meter long at what? 20 degrees Celsius. And length 1.0016. At 100 degrees Celsius, what is what? Alpha is equal to what? Change in length over what? Over original length times what? Change in temperature. So what is change in length give us? Change in length. What is it going to give us here? Now, let's see what? That rod 1 meter. So that means change in what? Now be 1.0016 minus what is the rod? This is 1 meter divided by what? Original length is 1 times what? What is our, this is final, this is original, this is final. Then this is temperature. Temperature change is what? 100 minus 20 because final and initial. So what I would have now is what? 0.0016. If you subtract 1 minus what? 1 minus 1.0016 minus 1 and correct 0.0016. So divide by 1 times 80. 100 what? It was 80. Then what you do that, divide by 80. I want to have it as what? 0.0016 divided by 8. So I want to have it as what? 2 times 10 to the power what? 1. 2 times 10 to the power minus what? Minus 5. 2 times 10 to the power minus 5. That's what I want to have. 2 times 10 to the power minus 5. That's what I want to have as our answer. I think the answer is not there. So we need that one first. 29. An ebonite rod rubbed with 4 becomes negatively charged. That means ebonite is negatively charged. Why 4 will not be positive charged? That is what the question means. Why? A source or because a source electron are transferred from ebonite to the 4? No. If a source electron are transferred from ebonite, let's say we take chlorine for example. Chlorine become negative because it accepts electron. Sodium become positive because he lost electron. So that means that ebonite should have accepted electron or is losing an electron. So that means that source electron are transferred from the 4 to the ebonite. Yes. So electron, the ebonite one accept the electron, 4 is one donating electron or transferring electron. So the SU says what the 4 and the ebonite share. No, sharing of electron has to do with covalent bonding actually. There's some proton can never be transferred. That's wrong. The next one says they gave us the diagram. As you can see, now see what? The weight of 50 Newton and 80 Newton are hung as shown in the diagram above. Find the moment at point O. So point O is our reference point. We will take moment about. The moment of 50 about is 150 because it's force times a particular distance to that point where you take moment about. So 50 times 3 is 150. Then 80 times 4 is 320. So I believe that option B should be our answer. The next one says to convert AC to DC can be done by using which of the following. So we're going to use what? A rectifier. A rectifier can use to convert AC to DC. Don't forget amplifier control the flow of current. They can use for what? For what they call amplifications. So amplifiers, and the example is transistor is an amplifier. So that is just that they can use to what? For what they call to control current flow in the circuit. Inductor is not used for what? For what they call it converting AC to DC. Resistor is not, it's never used. So they can use oscillator to convert DC to AC. Yes, but AC to DC we use rectifier. Let's move to the next one. The dimension of magnetic field is dash. Now, magnetic field is B. The symbol is B. And we know that this popular formula, which is F equal to what? BIL. Now, if you know that F is equal to BIL, therefore B equal to F over what? IL. So force is equal to MLT minus 2, which is mass times acceleration. Then divide by what? I, current is dimension of I is A, or even I itself. Then length is L. If this one cancels this, what do we have? I would have M what? T minus 2, then A minus 1. Because if this A go up, then move to the numerator, goes up, we are going to have minus 1. This is dimension for what? Magnetic field D. Now the next one, say 33. Say calculate the amount of energy released if 0.8 what kilogram of radium is totally fissioned. Now the energy, the amount of energy we are looking for now will be used mass effect times speed of light square. If mass is given in kilogram, but if mass is given in AME, atomic mass unit, the binding energy become what? The mass effect times what? 931 mega electron volt. That is the formula to, you must put this formula in your head. Let's substitute that formula, our value. So mass effect is what? 8 kilogram, 0.8 kilogram rather, times what? Speed of light is what? Given as 3 times 10 by 8, all square. What is square of 3? 9 times what? 0.8 times what? 10 by 8 square is what? 10 by 16. So 0.8 times 9 is 7.2 times 10 by 16 what? Joules. So that is option D. Now this one is what has to do with Fleming left hand rule, but I brought a shortcut to you guys to help you. Now the shortcut is that this your palm is direction of motion. Now this your fingers, your forefinger is direction of field, while your thumb is direction of current. So if I'm moving current, now if you check the field, is moving from north to south. That means from left to right. So it's going like this. Your field is going like this. Your current is going down. So let me arrange my fingers to go towards this direction. Check me. It's not easy for me, but let me see. So from north to south, because the finger is going like this. Where is the thumb facing? The thumb is facing down. The finger is facing. So where is the palm facing? This my palm is facing up. So we said what? The answer is what? Out of paper. So out of paper. The optical fiber is used for communication because it allows total internal reflection of to occur. Yes. It is shift to appear. No. It has high refractive index. The answer is A. Now we go to what? 36. A ship float in fresh water of density 1000 kilogram per meter cube move to sea water of density 105 kilogram per meter cube. Where it float again, the upthrust on the ship then dash. Now don't forget that the upthrust of the ship will still remain the same in sea water and in fresh water. Why? Because the weight of the body does not change. So in that case, it will stay constant. Don't forget, very important, you should know that. Now through 37, through what temperature would 0.7 meters steel plate reduce its size by this? Through what temperature? Now we are looking for change in temperature actually. That's what we are looking for. We know alpha is equal to what? The change in length over original length and change in temperature. That's formula I want to use. So the change in what? In length is what? 2 times 10 to the power 2.8. Please take 2.8. Let me use that to guide myself. 2.8 times 10 to the power what? Minus 3. Then divide by what? What is our length? Length is 7.0 meter times change in temperature is equal to 1.0 times 10 to the power what? Minus 3. So we cross multiply, I would have 2.8 times 10 to the power minus 3 equals to what? 1.0 times 10 to the power minus 3 times 7 times what? Change in temperature. Now this, if I cancel this, so what do we have left here? 2.8 divided by 1 times 7. Then what do we have as our final answer for change temperature? So I want to have it as what? 2.8 divided by 7. 2.8. 2.8. 2.8 divided by 7. So I would have 0.4. 0.4, which is the same as what? 4 times 10 raised to the power of what? minus 1. So that's what I want to have as our answer for change in temperature. So that is just like whether Kelvin or Celsius. Now they say the graph. Now don't forget using the formula. If you don't remember this formula, you have failed that question. So see the formula is cycle, very important, because if you are giving your what do you call it, your linear expansivity, you are giving what your what do you call it, change in length, you are giving original length of the sea. So what do you want again? So that is it. Now this graph above is that of and dash. What is the graph above is what they say is tungsten. A constantan, B tungsten, C non-ohmic conductor. Yes. When you plot the graph of V against I and the graph is not straight line, it is non-ohmic conductor. But when you plot a graph of V against I and the graph is a straight line, yes, it's an ohmic conductor, because an ohmic conductor obeys Ohm's law. And Ohm's law says that the potential difference across a metallic conductor is directly proportional to what the current flowing through, provided the resistance and other physical conditions are kept constant. So when you plot a graph of V against I, the slope is what resistance. But when you plot I against current against voltage, the slope is what conductance. So the answer is what non-ohmic conductor. But look at the graph, another graph I drew here. You see that this one is straight, so this one is ohmic conductor. Now the image formed by what? By a plane mirror is always that. Plane mirror, I give you a shortcut. Evil. The evil never visit your home in Jesus' name. Now let's go on. It means that what erect, matter, what same size as the object. Okay, let me call it what? Tel vu. Tel vu. Meaning that what? It is what? The same size as the object. Devil. Okay, let me put it. Devil. The same size as the object. Erect. Virtual. Virtual is VI. And laterally inverted. So you can climb it. See after me, devil. Devil will never branch your home. So devil is just a shortcut to remember the word plane mirror. So now listen and listen. Go the same size as the object, or erect, virtual, and laterally inverted. So A, virtual, erect, and laterally inverted, correct. Real, inverted. Real go with invertible. In plane mirror, it is never real. And the magnification of a plane mirror is equal to 1. It's equal to 1 because image distance is equal to object distance and image height is equal to object height. So it's a real erect. Erect and real does not go together. Erect go with virtual, real go with inverted. Option A. Let me know it's our time. The last one is what? 40, which is what? They said what? An elastic ball of mass 0.7 kilogram change speed from 15 meters per second to what? 17 meters per second. What is the impulsive force on the ball? Why can they deceive you with impulsive force? Impulsive force is not a force. Impulsive force is defined as what? Impulsive force is equal to Ft. So which is what? Mass times velocity. Final velocity was mass times initial velocity. Impulsive force is also the same as change in momentum. It is force times velocity equal to force times time equal to mass times final velocity minus mass times final velocity. So we are getting final velocity as what? 17 meters per second. Look at it. Look at it. They give us final velocity at 17. Let's say and initial to be what? 15 meters per second. They gave us also mass to be 0.7. So to get impulsive force, what am I going to do is what? Mass is what? 0.7 into bracket what? Final minus what? Initial. So what is 17 minus 2? 15 is 2. 0.7 times 2 is 1.4 Newton second. And that should be what? Option what? D. 1.474 Newton seconds. Don't forget that number 5 of this solution is 5 point, not 572 as the case may be. I mean the equation, the question that we solve last. Let me show you again so that you know you correct it when you watch that video. Meaning that this particular one, if you divide it, is 5.72, not what? 5 5.72. So this one should be 5.7 point. Let's adjust it like that. So this is the answer. Option A is the answer. Thank you.